There have been times where people have left behind a chilling message and then vanished without a trace. From cryptic warnings to eerie final words, these disappearances are deeply unsettling. Let's count down 10 people who mysteriously vanished after saying something chilling, and what they said might just haunt you too. Brian Schaefer, I'll be right back. On April 1st, 2006, 27-year-old medical student Brian Schaefer went out to celebrate the start of spring break in Columbus, Ohio. Around 1:55 a.m. surveillance footage showed Brian entering the Ugly Tuna Saloon bar with two friends, but he was never seen leaving. The last strange thing he reportedly said was, "I'll be right back," before walking away from his group. Despite extensive camera coverage, no footage ever showed him exiting the bar. What's even weirder is that the bar only had one entrance due to construction, meaning he either vanished inside or someone helped him disappear. His phone rang for months afterwards before eventually going straight to voicemail. And to this day, no trace of Brian has ever been found. Brandon Lawson. In August of 2013, 26-year-old Brandon Lawson called 911 in a panic while driving near Bront, Texas. He told the dispatcher, "Yes, I'm in the middle of a field. Just pulled some guys over, right here going towards Abilene on both sides." His words were frantic and cryptic. There were no cops, and Brandon wasn't a law enforcement officer. After the call, he told his brother he was bleeding, then fell silent. His truck was found abandoned off the highway with no sign of struggle. Years passed with no trace until 2022, when remains believed to be Brandon's were found near the area. But no one knows what really happened in that field, or what he meant by pulled some guys over. Lars Mitank. In 2014, 28-year-old German tourist Lars Mitank was vacationing in Bulgaria when he began acting strangely. After a minor fight injured his ear, Lars stayed behind while his friends flew home. He became paranoid, texting his mother things like, "I don't feel safe," and "What should I do?" At one point, he even said, "I don't want to die here." Then, at the Varna airport, he suddenly sprinted out of the terminal, left all of his belongings, jumped a fence, and vanished into the woods. Surveillance footage shows his panicked escape. Despite massive international interest, Lars has never been found. Maura Murray. In February 2004, 21-year-old nursing student Maura Murray emailed her professor saying that there had been a death in her family, which wasn't true, and drove from Massachusetts towards New Hampshire. Before leaving, she told her boyfriend this will blow over. A resident saw her car crashed in Haverhill, New Hampshire, but when police arrived minutes later, Maura had vanished. Her last words hint that she expected a resolution to some mysterious personal issue, but no one knows what it was. No confirmed sightings have ever turned up, and her disappearance has been called the first big case of the social media age. Tiffany Daniels. In 2013, 25-year-old theater technician Tiffany Daniels left work in Pensacola, Florida, telling her boss she just needed a few days. She never said why, and she was last seen driving her car, which was later found abandoned with sand on the floorboards near a secluded beach. Her loved ones say her behavior was completely out of her character. Days before vanishing, Tiffany had begun asking friends cryptic questions about travel and isolation. Her family believes she may have been abducted, but by who and why remains unknown. Rico Harris. In 2014, 37-year-old former Harlem Globetrotter Rico Harris left a voicemail for his girlfriend saying, "I'm coming home." He was driving from Washington to California, but disappeared near the Yolo County Regional Park. His abandoned car was found with his phone, wallet, and some groceries inside. Days later, hikers reported seeing a tall man staggering in the area, but he was never located. Rico had a troubled past, but had recently turned his life around. That final call and his decision to suddenly pull off the road remain unexplained. Emma Filipof. In November of 2012, 26-year-old Emma Filipof called her mom in British Columbia and said, "I don't know how I can face tomorrow." That night, Victoria police encountered her barefoot and disoriented outside the Empress Hotel. They spoke with her for 45 minutes, then let her go. She was never seen again. Days earlier, Emma had made strange phone calls, withdrawn all of her money, and parked her van full of belongings. Her family believes that she was having a mental health crisis, but no one has any idea where she went after the encounter. Claudia Lawrence. In 2009, 35-year-old chef Claudia Lawrence left her job at the University of York and spoke with her parents by phone. Her last words, "I'll call you tomorrow." That call never came. Claudia was reported missing after she failed to show up for work the next day. Police later ruled it was a suspected homicide, but no one had ever been charged. Her phone, bank cards, and passport remain untouched. Some believe that she had secret relationships she didn't talk about, possibly with dangerous people. Whatever she meant by that casual promise remains unknown to this day. Damian Nettles. On November 2nd, 1996, 16-year-old Damian Nettles went out with his friends on the Isle of Wight in the UK. Around 11:30 p.m., CCTV showed him stumbling alone, telling someone, "I'm not drunk, I'm just tired." That was the last time he was seen. Despite dozens of reported sightings, years of investigation, and even arrests, Damian has never been found. Some believe he was abducted, others think he accidentally died and his body was hidden. But those final words suggest confusion and maybe something more sinister going on that night. Stephen Kubaki. Stephen Kubaki might be one of the strangest missing person cases ever. In 1978, the 23-year-old vanished while skiing near Lake Michigan. His skis and backpack were found near the frozen lake, and it was assumed he'd fallen in. But 15 months later, yes, 15 months, he showed up at his father's door in Massachusetts wearing different clothes with a new backpack. When asked what happened, Stephen simply said, "I don't remember anything." He later refused to talk about the incident. No medical or psychological issues were ever identified, and no crime was suspected. To this very day, his disappearance is considered one of the most baffling time-lost cases in history. So, which one of these mysterious vanishings gave you chills? Leave a comment with the one that stuck with you the most, and if you want more spine-tingling stories just like this one, hit subscribe, smash that like button, and ring the bell, and of course leave a comment. I'll see you soon.